What has changed? Late February 2020. Well, the D-scan is not 100% reliable any longer. The non-cloaky recon cruisers and the strategic cruisers can both stay off your D-scan. That's a different kind of cloak, different kind of power. I like it. I like that change, even though it means I have to keep my attention tighter. The strategic cruiser can't decloak on you because the lowest it can get that decloak to lay down is like 3.5 seconds, if I remember right. A crew's always going to need a bomber to tackle you cloaked if that's their tackle plan. So just stay aligned. I'm going to stay aligned because if somebody enters system and they're not on D-scan, they could very well be on a Loki, ready to decloak on me. What has changed? There's a mini game involved with the data and relic sites now. It's like a maze-based puzzle game with obstacles. I don't hate it. It's kind of fun. They've made scanning down sites far easier with some automation on what's necessary to finish the task, and that's a really nice quality of life change. But the payout sucks in low sec. $1 million or $2 million in ISK value is pretty whack. I like the salvage as a reward because I need the salvage for rigs, but the salvage isn't really all that good either. I could just fly around low sec salvaging wrecks and be better off. So it doesn't really seem worth the time investment. You spend like 12 minutes or something. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it. Maybe I don't have the skills for it. Maybe I'm not good at it. It just hasn't been all that great for me in my little system. What has changed? There's a big resource redistribution going on in EVE Online right now. The old heads are crying their eyes out because their bot harvesting days are over, and the power's swinging back the way of the little guy with the mineral market hungry. And that's really nice to see. It's not only because I benefit financially. I've been hitting ores pretty hard in my market trading. So this all really paid me off, and the Typhoon's only going to go up in value, and that's my long-term thing. And so I mean, everything's going my way. I'll tell you that much. What has changed? There's no Alliance tournament anymore. And the first videos I ever found that had somebody telling me what on earth was going on in EVE Online, those were Alliance tournament videos. It was one of the reasons I started playing. So RIP Alliance tournament, and they need some kind of competitive thing. I think your little filament idea is a perfect 5v5, 1v1, 2v1, I don't know, little concept. What has changed? Rolling wormholes just changed. Prop mods don't affect the mass of the ship any longer, so it takes longer to roll a wormhole. Again, the old heads are going to cry their eyes out. The incoming changes in March include a significant fee for modifying orders repeatedly. Now, I like this idea. It should have a negative impact on the bots, and it should keep noobs from crashing the margin in every market. It's so easy to crash a market in EVE Online and make zero margin that I think this is going to be a really nice change. Put a little bit more thought into your orders, I guess. Don't trade on what's competitive. Trade on what you need. That's the point. Around the 20th of February, scope and some announcements came out. This was the first mention of the frigate escape bay. On battleships specifically, when your ship is destroyed, you will be ejected not in your pod, but in the frigate that you fit and installed in your battleship. For me personally, I love to fly frigates, and I'm not the only one. Frigates are fun. And making the battleship just a precursor to a frigate fight, that is super, super interesting to me. If my battleship is only meant to get me a fight and put me right on top of somebody in my favorite frigate, well, suddenly I kind of like a battleship. I mean, you can always get a frigate fleet together and YOLO a battleship and get a fight started. You don't even need to reship after. You just YOLO the battleship, now there's a fight, and everybody's invited. So my optimism level on this frigate escape bay is high. Love that stuff. One of the things I'm trying to avoid in EVE Online this time around is just jumping around aimlessly, spending 25 minutes jumping somewhere. I don't have time for it. So I need to be able to be as lazy as possible and enjoy the game. And I'm going to have to put a lot of effort into being that lazy. So I'm going to try to unlock the agents in my little home system. And they're level 4 agents. There's two kinds. One's a Caldari State and one's Caldari Navy. Right now I'm assuming that those have two different loyalty stores. Like, that's probably the difference. But it doesn't really matter. I just need to be able to do level 4 missions for both, as that's what's available to me in my system. I've never done this stuff, and I don't know what this journey is going to entail. But over the next year or 18 months, I'm going to put some time in and open up these agents and see what that's all about. In my little system in Notoras, the most exciting thing that happened this whole month was a big Macario fleet came through and wiped out a Fortizar. And Notoras was a nice little quiet community for a couple of weeks. Then the Koreans came back to test the waters, and then bam, Black Ops fleet. And then the system was quiet for several days, and now there's some new tourists in town, the Trigger Happy Alliance. We'll see how this plays out. They got alts just hanging out in the system, seeing what everything's doing. And so my little cul-de-sac is quite a little has quite a turnover rate on people trying to make it out here in low sec. It's getting to be more and more interesting to watch.